What's cracking, YouTube family? It's your baby mama's favorite cousin, Cousin T-Taw, and today we have a banger of a conversation. Today / tonight, depending on where you are on the planet. Shout out to the international folks. We appreciate all of the support and love that you've been showing us. But in tonight's conversation, we are going to cover something that is usually reserved for private sessions. This topic of reading a woman's behavior has been an ongoing subject in many spaces where game is taught at the highest level, because having an understanding of how to read a woman's behavior is a science and an art unto itself, you see, such to the point whereas there are so many books that have been written. I've got a few books here, right? Why Women Have Sex by David Bust and Cindy Meston. Another book right here, Mating in Captivity, right, by Esther Perel. And of course, we can't forget Playing Well with Others. How about this? The Art of Macking by Tariq Nasheed, right? Of course, we can't forget the legendary works by those who are in this section, right? Can you see that? Right. Pimp got what your mama should have told you.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
Absolutely. Now, tonight we're going to be focusing on this book. I have an entire section dedicated. For those who have your copy of the Seduction Scriptures, of course you have it. If you don't, click the link below to get your own copy, either from Amazon or from the website. If you get it from the website, of course, it's going to have an autograph on it. Turn to page 39 because we're going to start from that page, diving deep into this conversation tonight. And let's not forget, of course, we're gonna touch upon it. All right, since we have the author himself, none other than the player OG Rom Wills.
I be a player for life, so where's my wife?
Now, of course, we know that everybody has their copy of Nice Guys and Players. If not, it is the first link that is available in the description of this video. Rom, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine, man.
You just gotta.
I've been trying to tell these guys what's up out here, man.
Put your microphone down.
Oh shit. Dag, you can hear me okay? Oh man. Dag, man, thanks for letting me know, man. I'm just talking away, man. I ain't even had this thing down right.
Listen,
My bad.
Rom is ready. For everyone within the sound of our voices, Rom is ready for this. This is one of Rom's favorite conversations, believe it or not. For those who are familiar with the conversations that happen outside of YouTube, outside of Patreon, and private groups, this is one of those sort of, would you call it, foundational conversations in terms of man gets woman, in terms of relational dynamics, in terms of how to survey the mating, dating, and relating landscape. So before we really get started, because we do have a lot prepared for those who are in attendance this evening, let's shout out to the early arriver. Shout out to you, Kenneth Young, representing DMV, says greetings to the masters of the game. Absolutely. Let me get this right. 1, 2, 3. There you go. There it is. Salute to you, Kenneth Young. Truth Sayer 3000, who is a member. Absolutely. Salute to the masters and the chat. Tristan Fitness, how we doing? Says salute to the masters and peace to the chat. Danny, respect to the game, Cousin T and Uncle Rom. Game time, absolutely. Salute to you, Danny. We appreciate that. Tristan says, I'm reading that now. Which one? I rolled off about 6 books, 6, 7 of them. All right. Which book are you reading right now, Tristan? Let us know. Let us know. Shout out to Michael.
What's poppin', twin?
Salute to the masters, cousin T, and Uncle Ram. Absolutely. His Holiness
What's poppin', twin?
says salute to the Savant of Game, cousin T, and the Honorable Ram Wills. Absolutely. Guy Colbert,
What's poppin', twin?
Triple OG. Shout out to Joe Blast. How we doing? Absolutely. Big respect to the chat and lifesavers. There you go. Cousin T and General Ram. Okay. Tristan's reading Esther Perel's Mating and Captain. Listen.
Esther don't play.
Phenomenal work. Phenomenal, especially when we talk about establishing your own relationship identity. Her work covers, really briefly before we really get deep, that work covers what she refers to as your erotic identity, your erotic vocabulary. If you notice, she has many sections in which she references, because she's a psychoanalyst and she's has sessions with thousands of clients, and anytime she references a standout session that she's had with the client, much like we do in our work as coaches, she introduces a new erotic term, right? From erotic identity, erotic vocabulary, erotic signature. There's so many points on the spectrum of how a person can identify, discover, nurture, and ultimately develop the way in which they communicate with those who they are intimate with. It's a wonderful, wonderful reference work. I'm sure you're enjoying it, Tristan Fitness. Absolutely. But really, to get into tonight's conversation, this is really what's at the center of this. Okay. Starting with attraction. Does she want it or not?
Yeah.
Is she looking for an exchange? Is she seeing the type of man? Remember the 5 F's of the female gaze, right? Can I freak him? Can I finesse him? Can he feed me? Can he father my kids? Can I forget this ever happened? And that's, of course, special shout out to the 6th F. Can I follow his leadership? You see, a woman sitting at the bar. Now we have a few examples mixed into tonight's conversation, and we definitely want the audience to participate with this, because with all of the reference material that we've provided, with all of the conversations that we've had here in public and obviously on the Patreon, the higher level, and for those who have elected to invest in coaching, you should have a curriculum full of resources, elements, and ways of supporting your ability to read a woman's behavior. Now, before we really get off into this, Ram, let me ask you this real quick, Ram.
Yeah.
In your experience, what is the best way to read a woman? Let's just say you walk into a bar and you see a young lady sitting there. What's the first thing that you're going to do?
First thing is, I'm just going to look at how she's sitting, how she pointing around, what she doing. Is she hunting for anybody in particular, or is she just general hunting? Like sometimes you go into a bar, a dance club or something, and women, they might just be sitting around just dancing, moving around a little bit. Anybody can approach her. But then sometimes they might be in there, kind of like this lady is sitting now. Now I don't see the bigger place of where she's at. But if I had to just do a quick read, I would say she's hunting, but she's hunting for a specific type of man. Because look at her dress, look at how she is. Her hair ain't out, but her hair is, it's fixed up in a way, a little conservative, but her back is out. So that's showing some sex appeal, but not total, you know?
Right.
and she's
Right.
sitting at the bar. So she wants like a certain type of man. See, when a woman is hunting, they hunt like more like a Venus flytrap.
Hmm.
They ain't gonna walk up and say, "Use a big fine man, won't you stick that thing in?" Nah, they ain't gonna do that. And let me say something real quick about that. You get some guys thinking that's something they want women to approach them. No, you don't. No, you don't. Usually, if a woman is just straight up approach you like that, she got some masculinity in her. She got some craziness in her. Trust me, it's a problem. Like if you going to mess with her, take her to a motel or something. Don't show her where you live. Don't show her where you live. Shoot, if possible, rent out a car or something. Don't even show her what car you drive. Don't give her any of that. Trust me, they got some. If they that desperate, that means they got something. They trying to do something. Plus, if they that desperate, that means guys ain't trying to check them out as well. Now,
Yeah.
like I said, getting back to this woman right here.
Hmm.
Now, I don't see the whole picture, but I would say she's hunting. She's hunting. Look at her dress. She's showing her back a little bit, but her hair isn't totally out, and she's just sitting there chilling. So, different guys will probably say something, but she's looking for a specific type of man when she's looking.
Okay. Gotcha. Now you mentioned you mentioned a lot just now. Okay. One of the
Yeah,
things that you mentioned is if a woman approaches a man, he should be cautious about
yeah,
that. Now,
yeah.
just,
He should
just
be.
to play the other side of this, just to play the other side of this, there
Okay.
are a lot of, especially younger men, who are concerned with the current landscape, the current state of the social landscape, meaning feminism, meaning Me Too, post Me Too era, meaning women feeling a type of way about men in general, and it has created a level of apprehension, a level of timidness in younger
Mm,
men in terms of approaching, because there's a lot of media, a lot of social media, a lot of messaging that's come across, especially in the last 5 years, that suggests that the average woman doesn't want to be approached, not approached in public, not approached when she's around
um,
friends.
th-
So what would you say to that?
I would say they definitely want to be approached, but see, you got to read them and see how they approach. And see, if a woman wants you to approach her, she's going to open the door. That's her game. That's how they shoot their shot. Like if they walking down the street real fast and they turn around and see you, but then all of a sudden they slow down. They want you to approach. Or like I always say, you're not really cold approaching. Some guys thinking they cold approaching a woman, but that woman seen that guy for weeks and she clocked him. She clocked
Mhm.
him. See, if a woman wants a man, she's going to put herself in a position so he can approach. See, usually when women have a problem is when a guy approaches a woman and she ain't give any type of signal or something. She ain't
Mm,
in heat. She ain't showing any signs. See, what a man has to do is learn how to read the signs. Can I approach? There's no friction. See, when they want you, they going to make it as easy as possible. They're going to open the door, but they also want to see if you're going to walk in. You know,
great point.
and if
Great point.
you acting scared or something like that, they'll be like, he was fine, but he ain't open the door. And you might not want her or something. But you have to pay attention to the signs because see, sometimes a man see the body, but for whatever reason, she don't want to be approached. She walking fast, she ain't looking around, she ain't smiling, anything like that. Like if a woman put herself around you, like if you're in a grocery store
Mhm,
or a regular store or on the street or something, she wants you to approach. She'll make it easy. But if women don't want you to approach, she'll see you coming and cross the street. She will
mhm,
avoid it to the
mhm.
greatest extent possible. But see, you get some guys out here, they see it and they still going to approach anyway because she fine. They're going to shoot that shot. But what you want to do, you don't want to be like that AK-47 just shooting your shot. You want to be a little more like that sniper. It was like, okay, what's she doing? Like before we started the show, I said a young lady at one of the grocery stores saw me coming out, and I'd always say hi to her and stuff, but
Mhm.
I was walking past her and she turned her whole body. I was like, oh, okay, she wants to get to know me a little bit better, right?
Indeed. Indeed. No,
You
these are great.
know, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. These are great points, especially when we talk about those who are just now becoming students of this thing that we call foundational game. Because part of reading a woman, as Ron
Hmm.
mentioned, has to do with interpreting her body language, and we'll
Yeah,
definitely get deeper into that.
yeah.
And it's really not something that's like, okay, you've got to be a psychic. It's just like the body language of anybody else, right? You can interpret
Hmm.
the body language of someone who is falling ill. Like if you're at a restaurant and someone is suffering from food poisoning, how
Hmm.
how are they going to be acting? They're going to be holding their stomach. They're going to be holding their
Hmm.
mouth. They're going to be moving sporadically, looking to asking where the bathroom is. Now,
Hmm.
they're not specifically saying what's wrong with them, but they're giving you signs. They're giving off nonverbal cues as to their condition,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And when we say reading a woman's um, nonverbal cues, it's similar to that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. How they walk. I mean, it's little stuff. It's how they walk, how they around you. Because trust me, when a woman does not want you to, like, you looking at her, like, say you look at a woman, she real fine, she got what you like, and she don't look at you, she don't smile, she might cross her arms, something. She don't want you to be bothered with her.
these are
She don't
facts.
want she don't want anything, right? And
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. So what's her language? What's her language? See, when a woman wants you, she ain't gonna say anything to you, but she gonna make it easy for you to approach. And you might think you did something and say, no, she just opened the door. And look at it like that. She just opened the door.
Yes, and keep in mind, we are we're keeping it very simple. We're keeping it elementary here. The
Hmm.
the the advice that's being given right now is at the elementary level of
Yes.
foundational game. Keep in mind there are higher levels. There's the intermediate level. There's the advanced level. There's the God level. We're probably not even going to go anywhere near that today because this has to be broken down to its most basic elements so that people can a broader range of people can receive it and try to integrate it into your daily movements. Shout out to those who are still arriving. Kevin,
What's poppin', twin?
Kelvin Mitchell, salute to you. Says good people. What's up? Shout out to Lil Rock. How we doing? All right, all right. And this is Kevin. Kevin Jennings.
What's poppin', twin?
A lot of catching up to do. You have a question here. It says, is it best to spend time in malls and shops for this? Um, are you asking in terms of reading women? Is it best to spend time in malls and shops to read, to learn how or to practice reading women's body language and their nonverbal cues? Is that what you're
Hmm.
asking, or is there something else that you're asking in terms of malls and shops? All right. D's ends.
What's poppin', twin?
And shout out to you. So, getting into this conversation, the first thing when we look at the seduction scriptures in that entire section number 3, starting on page 39, okay? Obviously, well, for those who have their copy, this is where I introduce uh, the reader to the concept of poisa juice. People know what poisa means. We're
Hmm.
being YouTube friendly. But basically, this is a concept known as vabbing. That's when women mix their natural scent with a perfume that matches or enhances their natural body chemistry. And let's be clear. Let us be clear. I am very particular in this section of the book because I have to advise men who are reading this for the first time as to what they are up against. I say this from the moment she puts down the baseball glove and stops digging for worms, a young woman can command boys and men's attention. You see?
Yeah, yeah. They learn that. They learn that. I mean,
And they're
it,
practicing.
I mean, it cracks me up. You still got men out here acting like these women don't want sex, man. Please. Man, they got whole industries to help them out. You look at what these women be wearing these short shorts and showing their legs, all of that. And
Yeah.
they be thinking about it. They be thinking about it because, and I've talked about this before, men and women, but especially women wear their clothes in either two ways, as a shield or as a magnet. And the magnet, sole purpose of wearing it as a magnet is to draw your attention to it. Whatever their best body parts are. In fact, you talk about this in your book. They will let you know whatever they feel like their best. They got that nice butt dunk. Shoot, they're gonna wear something that you're gonna see it. Or they got some nice up top, they're gonna
Mhm.
they're gonna wear something. They're gonna show it. They're gonna let you know. You can look at what a woman and you can know what it is. And they do it. They do it automatically. They do it automatically. But if they don't want to be bothered though, oh, they're throwing those sweats. They're throwing those sweats. You ain't gonna have any idea what their bodies are.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I remember I was at this writers conference, and I never forget this young lady when I first saw her. She had on like one of those old school sundresses, couldn't tell any shape from her body.
Mm.
Okay. But then I saw her that night in a black mini skirt, and good lord, she was
Mhm.
fine, had some legs on her and everything. And she
Mhm.
was hunting.
Lord have mercy.
There you go.
Yes, and that's what I said too. Yeah, but I was there with somebody else. If I wasn't, I'll just put it like that. If I wasn't, and she was hunting. She was
That's it.
hunting.
That's it. Look around being respectable.
Yeah, I got to be respectable, but nah, seriously, I always remember that. I actually got a picture of her, but in the other in the more loose dress. And I
Fair enough.
got one. This is back before we had these smartphones and stuff.
Okay.
This was way back in the day, but man, see, she wasn't hunting during the day, but at night when she had all these people around, she was hunting.
These are facts. There you go. Shout out to Kevin Jennings. He says, yes, that was my question. I just plan to avoid nightlife for a bit to find women is all. Now the mall is kind of precarious. All right.
Yeah.
You have to have a level of awareness when you're at a mall because it's so easy to slip into the transaction when
Hmm.
you're in a space where things are being transacted. Um, I would ask so we could walk you through this, preferably via super chat, but because we have to be able to gauge your level of ism
Hmm.
in order to navigate a space like a mall. That's usually for younger people. We can ask you what your age is. Younger men tend to have better success at the mall because there is no expectation that
Hmm.
you're there to spend money per se. You
Hmm.
see, so and depending on how old you are, it'll certain environments are not conducive to your presence. You see, malls are for teenage to young adults to older people. Okay,
Hmm.
let's be honest. You've got the senior citizens, doing their walking club around the mall early in the morning and things of that nature, and then you've got the young people who are there in college or in high school. So for a man who's in his late 20s, 30s, or even 40s, being in the mall just hanging out it can be perceived as creepy. Okay.
Yeah,
let's,
yeah.
let's be honest. You need a purpose to be there.
Yeah.
Because young people, that's their expectation. What were we gonna say, Ron?
No, I was gonna say that because I would go to malls, but never to hang out. It was like checking out some stores or something very specific and never hang out there. But I'm older, so but would
Yeah,
never hanging out at a mall, just sitting around and any of that stuff. Is like a specific store I'm going to. Or only time I would be with some younger people is if I'm with my sons going to a mall. And
right.
usually just
Exactly.
headed and really just heading to a restaurant that's in the mall.
Exactly. Yeah, restaurant at the mall or the movie theater. There was
Hmm.
a mall in Chicago. It's closing now. It's called the Ford City Mall. I would
Mm.
go there to get my incense. You
Oh,
get
okay.
my
Yeah.
frankincense and myrrh incense and scented oils. There also, I would take my watch there to get fixed. They had a watch
Mm.
repair shop there.
Yeah,
So
yeah. If you get, yeah, it's different for older gentlemen. For
yes,
younger gentlemen, yeah. One thing, malls, they closing like crazy. So, I mean, the only thing you could do at a mall, especially as a young person, is practice just reading people. Like practice when you see in couples, look at their body language and stuff. Like one of the things I can say is I can look at a couple and tell by their body language if they together.
yes, or if
And
they're
you got
friends.
yeah, because if they really together and stuff, you can tell how she is and stuff. Because if a woman's really into a man, if he tapping it good, you be like, damn, y'all gonna get down on that floor and make love right there or something?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Shit.
Oh yeah, she is on him. She's trying to hold his hand. She's almost climbing on his back like a backpack. If he put it on her right, these are facts. These are
Yeah,
facts.
but if they just friends or something, they keep a certain distance. There's always a certain distance or something. Or they relatives or something like that, there's always a certain distance. That's why I say you can tell. That's why, I always question a lot of people wondering what type of men are getting play out here. I was like, you can't look at them and tell. Like I remember a few weeks ago, I was, because there's all this talk about a man being lean, but there was this stocky Asian dude with this slim white woman one time, white girl.
Mhm.
And I could tell they were together. It was like, hold up, these ain't just good friends. I was like, shoot, y'all need a room or something? Shit.
Yeah, no,
I
and
damn.
that's the point. You never know um, how a person may vibe with another person. Just
Hmm.
because someone's of a certain race doesn't mean that they're eliminated. Ron mentioned
Hmm.
Asian man. So they say, what was it? What is it? Dataclysm or something like that. When they had the results from dating websites about who chooses who the most. They say that the bottom of that totem pole would be Asian men and black women, which
Well, you can't go by. One thing with that is dating like apps and stuff are very 2D. And you can't really go with it because
yeah,
you get some guys like yourself who can do well on a dating app. Okay, but you're Scorpio, you know.
hilarious. I wasn't
You
even.
know.
I wasn't going to mention what happened at the mall. I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
big.
You at a higher level, but most of the time when a man, just in general, and this a little bit off, but we're gonna keep talking. I want to just get this out there. When you dealing with a woman, she looking at your posture,
Mhm.
how you take up space, your presence, how you smell. She listening to the tone of your voice. Like I was at the gym the other day, and there was a dude in there, and he was a big old dude, had a stomach, but I already knew he was a player. Looked at his finger, had a ring finger, he was married and stuff. But I could say, yeah, I could just tell how he carried himself, how he's introducing himself. I say, yeah, this a play. But see,
Absolutely.
some dudes might see him and think, nah, he ain't getting played like us. Like, nah, that's a player right there. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, players graduate. Players never retire. Players graduate to max and OGs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to Shade and Shine, who is a member. says projecting within the POSE or the pose is second nature to women. Yes, that is taken directly from the seduction scriptures, projecting within the plane of seductive energy or the plane of self energy all day, every day, and twice on Saturdays. Salute to you, Pharaoh.
What's poppin', twin?
What's happening, Cousin T, and also OG player Rom Wills. None Unknown says some are aged but got arrested development. Yeah, it's tough. That's why this ism is for everybody. This ism is for everybody. Shout out to Yogi. Yogi says, bought Scorpio cologne. It is working. Absolutely. Put it on at the gym. Yes. Let those let the sweat, let the pheromones come through your sweat. Hit that that ASP Holy Ghost and activate that ism. Yes, indeed. Wear that at the gym. Certainly. Shout out to Kevin. We appreciate the fan. He says, I'm 25. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's a decent mall age. Yeah, that's a decent age for the mall. Socializing came naturally in college, but tapered off after. Is it mostly about staying outside and becoming regular, or more than that? Well, what is the it that you're referring to? Are you saying is reading, is your ability to read women mostly about staying outside and becoming a regular, or more than that? If you're talking about becoming adept at reading women, meaning being able to observe her body language, observe how she's walking, observe the elements that we're going to highlight in just a moment this evening. Yes, being outside, touching grass.
Yeah.
We are physical creatures. Well, we're spiritual in our nature, having a physical experience. How about that? But while we're here, okay, in this beautiful moment and this opportunity to have the human experience in which we are men. We are men, unless you're women. Women, shout yourselves out in the comment section. We know y'all out there ghost watching. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. And as a matter of fact, since you're there, everybody within the sound of our voices, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, forward this conversation to someone who you know can benefit from this ism, as well as, let me update the banner here, blessing the Cash App that's scrolling at the bottom of your screen, and then subbing to the Patreons of the presenter. So yes, indeed, get outside, Kevin Jennings. You're 25. The mall will work for you. Okay, there's no expectation that you have you're there to participate in the transaction. Remember why you're there, though. While you're reading women, while you're observing their behavior, remember that you are there for the exchange and not the transaction. All right. Shout out to Thirsty Priest.
What's poppin', twin?
Says good morning from India. Thank you to you both, Master, for doing these topics. Absolutely. Salute to you in India. What part of India are you from? Shout out your region. Shout out the region of India that you're from. All right. So moving down to here. We'll get this question really quick and then hold on. I'm sorry. Kevin says, okay, got it. Going with my dad to test drive my future first car. Haha. Once I get it, I plan to stay outside. Okay, there you go. Enjoy that. Congratulations on your first car. This question: at what age do you stop going to nightclubs to attract women?
It depends on which nightclub you're going to, which age, because you get some older gentlemen maybe in that Silver Fox range, they still going to nightclubs, but they may be going to some lounges, maybe some cigar lounges or something like that. It depends on where you going. You going to a more sophisticated lounge, just sitting around talking, or you going one of those places y'all just jamming and stuff. It depends. It depends
These are
where
facts.
you going, where you hanging out at.
These are facts. And shout out the region of the world that you're from, Yogi, because let me see. The clubs, we'll just say in America specifically, like Ram said, the clubs evolve with the age brackets, with the
Yes.
demographics. The clubs evolve. You go from, the the bar scene, the pub scene, the club scene, dance club scene, the disco, to the lounge, to the rooftop bar, to the members only clubs, to the cigar lounges. There are venues and spaces for every demographic, especially if you're in America, and wonderful opportunities to meet and mingle with new singles. All right. So, getting back to this, once gentlemen advise themselves and make themselves aware of the fact that most young ladies are so adept at observing the social landscape that they are able to run circles at the ages of 16, 17, 18, 19. They're able to run circles around the average man, the average 25-year-old, the average 30-year-old, the average 33-year-old man in terms of how they present. From the seduction scriptures, when we look at this, of course, is an original model and an observation that I included in this work. This is page 41 for those who are following along in their copy. This is called the female group hierarchy. Now, when we talk about a woman's behavior, we also have to consider that when she is within a group of friends, how she behaves is on full display. You see, a woman by herself, she can be more cloaked. She could be more masked in her behavior. However, when she is around her primary friends group, she falls into a position. You see?
Yeah.
The positions on the female group hierarchy are how they rank socially within their group. Now, the pictures are that you see on your screen are taken from the TV series that we covered this a bunch of times. I know that you covered some of these episodes on your channel. The Master Teacher BGS Itmore went into depth on his channel, and I saw the opportunity to use these characters. Okay. And let's see. What tell me the name of this this show again? Was it awkward? Was it
Insecure?
There you go. Thank you very much.
Insecure, because I'm gonna tell you what, and for anybody watching it, there was a lot of game in there, just all the way around.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of game. Like, I was just like, in fact, it was to the point we were like, are they sneaking watching us? That's how much game they had. It was like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yes,
I
indeed.
was like, wait a minute. It was like, y'all getting this right from us, ain't you?
Yes, indeed. And these characters lined up perfectly with the female group hierarchy. And I encourage those who do have their copies of the book, and if you're just going to go based on this particular presentation, take this slice and apply it to other TV shows. But not only that, looking at the way that women situate themselves and position themselves within their friends group, you can apply this to women that are at work. You can apply this to young ladies that are at the school that you attend. You can apply this to women at your faith-based organization, because socially, women inevitably fall into hierarchies. Again, I have to say this again. No matter how much women claim to be egalitarian, okay, no matter how much women tout the, or try to promote the benefits of all things being equal, they do not follow that. They do not.
Nah.
They do not. And
Wait, hold up,
go ahead.
cousin Tito.
Please.
You mean women up here, they saying one thing and doing another? Get out. Do you mean the sky is blue? Do you mean water is wet?
These are
Oh
facts.
my God, man!
Yeah.
No telling what else. What else we gonna find out today? Oh snap!
Yes, yes. Women cloak their intentions. How about that? We're not going to say we're not going to call them dishonest. We're not going to call them liars. We're going to call them women. Women
Yeah, yeah,
are women. Okay.
yeah. Women are women. I
These
mean,
are facts.
seriously, man.
These are
All you
facts.
have to do is pay attention to their behavior, no matter what. There's always one. Yo, let me share this real quick, cousin T. Tar. You remember we did the first self improvement summit
Yes.
when we
DC.
were when we were at that club, that nightclub after the summit, and it was me, you, and my young lady friend, and all you were doing was sitting around reading the women in the room.
Yes.
That's all you were doing, and I was just like, man, because this is the first time we had met, and he was just like, I don't even think your book was out at that point, but you were just reading these women, hooked up with a couple of them too, and you called it right too. You
Oh yeah.
called
Oh
it
yeah.
right.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, oh snap. And that's how it is. Like, just listen to what he's saying, because yeah, they always have, if you see him in a group, there's always that queen bee. There's always a queen bee, and then there's always that lowest one, and then the other two, because it's usually a group of four. They
Yeah.
gonna have their position, but there's always a leader. I don't care who it is. I don't care where it is. If it's a group of them, if it's a group, there's a leader. Now, the only exception to that might be when it's an outlier.
Oh yeah. And we love outliers.
Yes.
That's because they're the most open to explore. Shout out to Loki Stormbringer.
What's poppin', twin?
Mm,
Says, what's up, cousin Teton and Field General? Absolutely, absolutely. Pharaoh says 100%. Joe Blass says delusional beings. Well, I mean, they are hopeful. They are very hopeful. They have vision boards and they try to manifest what they want out of life. So bless their hearts. Basically,
mhm,
I included this so that guys have an understanding and appreciation for this aspect of observing a woman's behavior because, like I said, individually they behave one way.
mhm,
And when they are in their primary friends group, this also applies to the work environment because there is a female hierarchy within the work environment as well. There is a boss bee, there is a queen bee at work,
mhm,
usually in HR, usually in a position of power. But when we talk about observing, just briefly, what the queen bee is about, queen bee is at the top of the female group hierarchy. She is the most socially adept out of all of the group members. She's the one that calls the shots. She eats first, and she is the one who grants permission for the other members to allow a man to approach and or
mhm,
she will send members of the group out to bring a man back to her if
mm,
that is what she desires. Everyone in the female hierarchy group protects the queen bee, you see,
mhm,
because women instinctively understand the value of reputation protection.
mhm,
And the queen bee makes sure that she has something on all of the members. She knows all of their secrets. She knows all of the men that they are dealing with. She knows things in their past that could come back to haunt them. And part of the agreement is that she is who brings them in and out of social situations. She takes them to the hottest club in town. She's the one that has a connection with the bouncers. She's the one who gets the tickets to the gala. She is the one who is connected. And so everybody, as long as they remain subordinate to her, gets to benefit from her position. You see, the queen bee is usually the one that's in a relationship and or marriage. You see,
Mm-hmm.
because she knows how to position herself, angle herself, and present herself as the type of woman who is marriage material, the type of woman who is the demonstration of a man who is the destination. You see? Uh,
Well, here's something else too with that.
go for it.
Usually she just defined as motherfucking. She fine, man.
Usually, yes.
Usually.
Usually she is.
Usually she's the best looking one. So that's just some basic stuff. If you just looking, you see a group of women, which one is the finest? All right. Pay attention
Yes.
to that. But then pay attention who's kind of sitting back. Like if you see a group of women who kind of sitting back looking at everything. Because like the woman at the bottom feeder, or what do you call her? Let
Oh,
me
the grenade, the submistress. Yes.
the submistress.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's usually protecting everything, right?
Hmm.
But see that queen bee, she's usually just sitting back chilling. She might whisper something, say, "Yeah, go do that," doing all that stuff. That's how you pay attention. Is she fine? Is she the most quiet? She ain't gonna be the loudest. She ain't gonna be drawing like you said earlier. She'll send the woman out and say, "Yeah, bring that guy over here." She's
Yeah.
sitting back chilling. She at the club doing her thing, sitting back drinking her drink or something like that. All these other, her crew is going around doing all the work for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Protect the queen. That is their number one objective. Loki Stormbringer says, one off topic question, T-Tal. When are you going to drop that book called The Mystic Scriptures by the Master Mystic Scorpio? Absolutely. Hey, let's see. Let's see. That's of course a work in progress. He said, seriously, I would purchase that though. Absolutely. We're working on that currently. We'll see when the completion and release date comes up. Joe Blast says, I was a side dude to a chick like that. She was a master. Yes, no, absolutely. There are women who are high level thinkers, high
Mm-hmm.
level tacticians who have
Mm-hmm.
the capacity, of a political operative. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
you know, we talk about Olivia Pope, right? That type
Mm-hmm.
of woman who is capable of putting together agendas and
Mm-hmm.
putting the right people together who can execute, on a mission. That is the queen bee mindset. So,
Yeah.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, moving on. Rom, what can you tell from observing this particular picture?
She having a good entertainment, but she ain't pressed about him because she looking away. But she like that attention he's giving. He's giving her all that attention, and she's smiling and stuff. But this is just entertainment for her. He probably bought the drink, so she said, "Shit, let him do something." He probably ain't gonna get none because she really ain't into him. But she's smiling. She getting that entertainment from him. Because look at it. She ain't pointing to him.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of looking away from him,
Mm-hmm.
but she's smiling. She getting that little entertainment from him. That's about it. You know, he might, if at the end of the night, he lucky if he get a good hug, get one of those church hugs, get one of those side hugs at the end of the night. Might not get that. I'm saying if it's a really good entertainment, but she really ain't down for him. But see, he look at how he doing. He all into it, trying to do all this stuff, but she
Well,
looking away from him.
that's what
See,
we call
that's
a
the
full court press right there.
Yeah, yeah, that's the main thing. Like if you like anybody's watching this, look at that. Cause see, if a woman into you, oh man, she gonna recklessly eyeball your ass. Man, she'd make love to your shadow just with her eyes or something. Like but look at this woman. She looking away. She's smiling. She getting that good entertainment. And then look at her head is slightly tilted away from his. It's just slightly. I mean, it's very small, but look at all those signs. She ain't
Yeah.
really pressed about him, but she's entertained by him right there. And like I said, he probably bought those drinks. So she said, shoot, Let me get this free drink right here. Let me
Yeah.
smile. And and she might just be smiling just to keep that entertainment going, keep those
Yeah.
drinks flowing.
Yes. There's one thing about women. One thing about women, they are masters at communicating with their hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they're interested in a man, that hair is going to go behind the ear.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Yes, they're gonna
now,
show it. Their hair go behind the ear. They're gonna show their neck.
exactly.
That's a weird one. It's almost like they want you to bite that neck, or at least want you to kiss it. But if you know
Well,
about making love to a woman, shoot, that neck can send them into at least one good orgasm.
well, Ram. So this is a great point we're talking about here. The neck, revealing the neck, especially in the animal kingdom, is a show of submission.
Mm-hmm.
That is a show of submission. So,
Mm-hmm.
people are familiar with scenes or having even seen a woman or observed a woman when she smiles and she looks away coyly.
Mm-hmm.
She'll put her hair behind her ear,
Mm-hmm.
revealing her neck.
Mm-hmm.
That is an indication that she is submitting to his words. She is putting herself in his at his mercy. She's putting
Yeah.
herself at his mercy. In this image, the hair is down. It is like a
Yeah.
curtain. It's like a shield that is down over that shoulder. That shoulder, if she were like a left tackle, right? If she,
Mm-hmm.
if she was playing football, man, he would be put on his butt. Okay, the way she's got her shoulder leaned into him like that. That's a very defensive posture that she's
Yeah,
giving.
yeah, she ain't down for him. And even like what you just said about her hair. Notice, yeah, she got her hair down. And like I said, she looking away from him. Like I said, at most entertained by him, it's like, she might smile a little bit, laugh at some corny joke he had, as long as he keep those drinks flowing. Cause
These are
he
facts.
probably paid for that drink. But see, he all
Absolutely.
happy, think he doing something. But women be running that game and shit, right?
Very, very, very high level here. Shout out to His Holiness. He says, say it in her left ear. Shout out to the immortal ARC.
Hmm.
May he rest in power. Absolutely. Shout out to the master teacher, BGS Itmore.
Yes, she's hot. Oh, she
Walking
look
around.
good. She just don't want that dude. She ain't giving him none.
Oh man, yeah, BGS this will be a fun one to have you assist on. We've got a few pictures here, a few scenes that we're going to walk through with the audience in terms of how to read a woman's behavior. Now that we've established that she is on in a defensive posture,
Hmm.
she's physically in a defensive posture. He is full court pressing her. He is all up.
Hmm.
He all up in her grill.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Look at him. Yeah, he just and he really ain't reading her. He really ain't reading her, but he probably thinks she fine.
Now,
Shoot.
what should be his next move? BGS said, I've bagged women with that look.
Lord have mercy. We must
Yeah,
stay focused,
but
brothers.
you BG that's BGS it more though. That's different. That's different. His next move really is to just get her relaxed. Get her relaxed. He probably got to say something to her. Really like get her relaxed. Get those walls down. That's all he can really do. And it depends on how he approached her. I mean, like I said, he might be a little bit pressing too much at this moment. Now, if he were to sit back a little bit, chill, kind of let her check him out, right?
Mhm.
Like she need to be trying to get into his world, and he need to think about that. But see, what he doing is he's looking to her for that validation. That's the
Right, he's
thing.
trying to find an opening. Yeah.
He looking to her for that validation. He need to sit back, chill a little, let it be nice and relaxed. Then like get her nice and relaxed. He could probably open her up.
These are facts. Tristan Fitness says she can't Euro step out of this one. Hilarious. No, yes, that's their thing. They love that. They love that 1-2 Euro step. I gotta get a clip of that move, man. Because women, man, they are masters at the social Euro step. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Tristan says, "Play it cool." That's an old school rule. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Billionaire Baby says, I feel like I should be paying to hear this. Damn, bless you, brothers. Listen, the Cash App is open, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, as well as super chats. We are looking for at least 5 super chats tonight. But, pay how you weigh. In any case, BGS says she's DTF. He needs the key. These are facts.
Yeah.
Listen.
BGS on another level though, so
I mean, okay.
you need to take that dude to the side and say, look, man, this is what you need to do.
He's got to
But
switch it up.
see, BGS, all these dudes ain't you though. See, BGS got that old school game. He knows what's up. He know how to open it up.
Well, these are facts, and depending on what he said, okay, she has. Okay, so we'll read this and then we'll move to the next slide. Guarantee he's the one that offered to buy her a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he approached her. She was sitting alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he asked her what she wanted. I'll have what you're having. Obviously, the same drink is repeated twice here on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And now she wasn't expecting him to press her so hard after buying her that drink.
Yeah,
he's trying to get his time for the cost of that drink, whatever that is. Now,
he's transactional.
if I were his coach, and I was looking from the corner, I got a booth in the corner, and I'm watching this unfold. I am calling a timeout on the play. You've got to come back. You've got to give her some space.
Yeah,
you have to give her some space, because she's either waiting on someone else to show up, or she has a D appointment after this.
Mm-hmm.
And you are not presenting an offer that is better than what she already has on the table. This is just what we're working with here. You see, you got to give her some space. Yep. The reason why she's in that defensive posture is because you are pressing her too hard, or pressing her harder than she's comfortable with in this given moment. So that's what we'll have him do. He's gonna step back. Tristan Fitness says Master Teacher BGF got his animal working for him, so you already know these are facts. Yogi says this: when should you not and should buy the drink for a woman? The rule is, once you have confirmed compliance.
Yeah.
Once you've confirmed compliance, if you think about Yogi, hopefully you have my book and you know what the 7 sacred steps of seduction are. After you have issued your command and she has completed that command, meaning that you have confirmed compliance, meaning she is on your page, she's on your program, then you start to expand the evening. So you don't leave with the drink. That's that's the point.
Let me just say that, because there was only one time I did leave with the drink, but I wasn't trying to get with her. The woman was some old woman at a club, and she just entertained the fuck out of me. So I excuse my French, but I just kept applied with some drinks, because she was had me. You know how somebody just entertaining you? You ain't trying to get with them, but you want to keep them there. So I ain't mind buying her drinks. Normally I wouldn't, but she was entertaining me because she was an old woman in there, had this extra makeup on and all of that. It was like a good show. It was like a good show at that moment. But normally I wouldn't even bother with that. I wouldn't even think about that. Right. I don't even have a concept of that. Except for this, I always remember that one time because she was entertaining the hell out of me. I was just like, hey, look at what this woman doing. Hey, you want some more drinks? Because she was just entertaining. I wasn't even thinking about trying to do anything with her. She would have had to pay me But I said, shoot, I'm entertained. She entertaining me. So I said, shoot, let me keep her
Mhm.
entertained. All I do is keep some liquor up in her.
Well, let's keep in mind as we turn the corner here. These are social situations. Part of being social is being sociable. Sociable,
Hmm.
meaning you're not having a conversation strictly for the purpose of taking her from the hello to the pillow. You see,
Hmm.
you get to enjoy yourself. It's
Hmm.
okay to enjoy yourself, gentlemen. You're
Yeah.
out and about in a social environment. Part of the human experience is our ability to socialize. Even though we talk about the mating, dating, and relating landscape, all of this is a part of what makes us human. So, that being said, if you're having a good time, like a genuinely good time with the woman, and drinks are flowing, you've already, got yourself a drink, or you haven't gotten yourself a drink, and the conversation is good. It's interesting. Just understand you're also being fed by this conversation. You're also, gaining a benefit from this conversation as well. The element within you, the human element within you that is social, is also being fed and being seen and expressed via this conversation. That's another level to this thing. You see, it's not always about going from hello to the pillow. That's there. Let's not forget that it's there.
Hmm.
But like Rom said, you can really enjoy yourself in a social environment just by
Man,
having a conversation with an interesting person.
trust
Imagine
me,
that.
this woman had me dying. I always remember her. I was like, "You pitiful woman. Hey, you want some more to drink?" She was hilarious, but nah. Because if I was thinking in terms of trying to get with her, nah, I wouldn't have brought those drinks. But like I said, this is one of those stories you just remember. I felt bad for her. I was like, damn, she doing all this stuff.
Hmm. No, these are facts. These are facts. Shout out to His Holiness. He says, put some paper with that question, or super chat, cash app. Everybody within the sound of our voices, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, like the
Yes.
video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Um, Forward this conversation to someone who you know can benefit from this ism, as well as blessing the cash app that's scrolling at the bottom of your screen, and then sub to the Patreons of the presenters. Now, when we talk about this, this is a different scenario. You see,
Mm,
you've got some noticeable differences
yeah. He's
between this
giving
one.
some look.
Go for it.
Let me give y'all some easy. This an easy one, man. This is like a slam dunk. Like look at how she looking at him. Look at how she's smiling. She looking different. She got that hand round her ear, pulling that means she pulling her hair back a little bit. Yeah, she into it. He I don't know what he talking about, but shoot. She might get down on that floor and make love to his shadow. But she ready to go. He at this point, the way she looking at him, all he can do is blow it. He can just say something stupid. All he has to do is just have a regular, coherent conversation with her. That's all she had to do. That's all he had to do. Cause look at her. Look how she smiles. Look at that. Come on now. Come on, this is a slam dunk, man. Come on, man. Give us a tough one, cousin T. Taw. This is a slam dunk.
Well, let's check with the chat, because
Yeah.
um, this is a conversation about reading a woman's behavior. You see,
Yeah.
if a man, okay, so look at the drinks. They're hardly touched. Those are okay. Those look like dry martinis with 3 olives. That's kind of how I like it.
Okay.
Beef eater gin. All right, a little cutty shark for the vermouth. Anyway, this looks like they are engaged in a flirtatious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flirtatious conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The energy is palpable here. We can see the energy going back and forth between the two of them. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He just said something funny. He just made a joke. He just, he just said, "Hey, Remember the lampshade? Remember who won that lampshade award at the last Christmas party? The person who got put out, and she's like,
Hmm.
yeah, that's real funny. Don't fuck, don't blow this, right?
Hmm.
Say, yeah. Notice the neck is being exposed. You
Oh
see,
yeah.
she's submitting. You see,
Hmm.
shout out to Pharaoh. She is entranced by him.
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, this a slam dunk, man. Come on, y'all. Yeah, I know y'all get this in the chat, man. Come on now. Come
So
on.
for those
She's interesting. And also, check it out. He ain't pressing up on it. He gave it a good little distance,
good
getting
space,
her nice and comfortable. He ain't pushing up. And like you had pointed out, they barely touch their drinks. They barely
right,
touch their drinks. So
right.
don't think she all drunk or something like that or something, right? Because if she really wasn't interested in, and she probably just use that drink up and then be like just trying to walk away. But you can just tell they having that good conversation, you know? And she's liking what he's saying, and then she got her hands up by him, moving that hair back a little bit, exposing that neck. Like I said, man, this is a slam dunk. Come on, y'all. Y'all got come on, study this. Everybody who's watching this, share it with people and then study it. Study it. And then when you out at a club or wherever you dealing with a woman, how she's sitting, how she looking at you, how she smiling. Like if you ever go to a club dinner, if you take a woman to a dinner, I'm funky about taking women out to eat. I don't watch. I don't get. I tell women I don't get off watching them eat. But you happen to do that, especially some of the stuff going on. But we ain't gonna get into some trifling stuff going on out here, right?
Hmm.
And she doing that, right? Shoot, that's up to you to blow it.
Yes, and shout out to Tristan Fitness. He mentioned he applied the 7 steps of seduction. Now, if he has enchanted her, what is the
Hmm.
next step? What is the next step, Tristan, after entrancing a woman? You see, we've got to this point,
Hmm.
right? We'll give it up. After you enchant, you touch hand, you confirm
Hmm.
that contact, skin to skin, right?
Hmm.
And then you issue the command. Hey, lean in. I want to tell you something. Or could you pass me that napkin right there? Or hey,
Hmm.
stand up. This dress right here. I didn't notice it before, but I mean, you were in the hell out of it. Oh man, turn around for me real quick. Issue a command, right?
Hmm.
You see, confirm, complete, and then repeat. This is a
Hmm.
good one, right? This is a fun one. Now
Hmm.
we got to make it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, yeah, make it
Uh-oh.
more challenging.
We
Cause
gotta make it a little.
that was a slam dunk. Come on, man.
Well, listen, they can't all be crazy and disrespectful. We got to give people hope. We've got to show
Yeah.
wins. You got to mix it up. You got to keep the people happy. Bread and circus, bread and circus. The exchange is imminent. That is correct, Joe Blast. Hopefully, if he plays his cards right, that is correct, Pharaoh. The next step was the touch hand, and then command. Now, again, for everybody who has liked the video, who has subbed to the channel and forwarded this conversation, let's go here. This is going to be an interesting read. All right. Now,
Mm,
now, this young man
mm.
is going to be in HR tomorrow morning. He going to H and R. Okay, she
Yeah, cause you know what? She's kind of pulling away from him and stuff. I mean, she giving him that smile, but sometimes women give that smile in those situations so you don't attack them. Be careful
Mhm.
how women be smiling sometimes. But look at how she pulling away from him. She got her arms up. That's kind of defensive thing, like stay away. Look at how she is, and then she's kind of moving over a little bit, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he could HR or something. She might call the popo that night.
Oh yeah. She's behind the bar, so she's the bartender. So that the bouncer's going to be on his way in just a moment.
Yeah. I ain't. Yeah, because he trying a little too hard. She being cool. Then now I ain't even think about like she a bartender or something. Shoot, that's even worse because she probably getting that all the time, right?
Yes, indeed.
You know, and she probably like, oh, okay, she still got a smile because it's partly business, but he going a little bit too hard trying to touch her and all that. She'll keep that smile, but like you said, she'll have that bartender come over and like say, excuse me, let me let me you gotta leave or leave her alone or something.
Right. It's a warning. Let me holler at you real quick. Let me
Yeah.
holler at you, player. Over in the corner.
Yeah. Cause he trying too hard. Look at her. Cause but she at work though, so she can't be just gritting on him or something. Cause they still gotta get some money out of him. So, and she probably used to that. That's probably like the 10th time she's had that happen that night. Cause you get some guys, they be like at the clubs or something. They ain't getting other women, and then they go with that woman's friendly to them, but she just friendly, so she get that tip.
These are facts. These are facts. And people need to know this. Guys need to understand the midnight ballerina. I love that term. Midnight ballerina at the strip club is not in love with you.
No,
Okay. Your jokes are not that funny.
no.
Your resume is not that impressive.
Mm-mm.
The PowerPoint presentation that you killed at the last board meeting really, really is not that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be the one to tell you that. The stripper is not in love with you.
No.
What she is interested in, though, is if you need another table dance.
Take me through that. Take me through that.
Oh, she trying to make money. Look, hold up. Let me say something, man. Let me say something about that. And don't take a stripper. If you go to a strip club, half of your fun right there. Don't be all in love with the stripper or anything like that. She there for business. In fact, if she really good, she reading you, seeing how much money she can get out of you. She looking at your clothes, your watch, all of that, how thirsty you look in your eyes, and she thinking, "Oh, I can make my rent tonight. I can make some. Let me talk to him. Let me just tell him what's up." And they will keep you going, whatever. They might, depending on the club, let you rub their butt dunk, as long as they getting some money.
Yes,
But
indeed.
you don't take it serious. You go to a club, you just have that good entertainment, and then you go home. Yeah, if she real cool, you tell her, hey, you have a good night too. All right. Because then she going home to some dude named Dexter or something, who he probably cool. He might be over in the corner or something. He might be over
Indeed.
the corner watching because he getting some of that money too. You know.
Ram, I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I'm gonna keep it a bill. All
All
right.
right.
I have definitely fallen in love with the stripper. Oh,
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers.
Man, you
yes. When I was younger,
shoot. How
I
many
can't
women
tell
fell in love with you though?
many.
Yeesh.
Listen, I'm sharing this for all the men out there, especially the younger men who get captivated by the beauty, by the light, the dim lighting, and by the suppleness of her skin, by the scent. This is part of where I discovered that they mix perfume with their body scent. Okay.
Oof.
Uh,
Yeah.
I can't tell this full story on YouTube. It is not YouTube friendly. However,
Mhm.
I will say, okay,
Mhm.
I was making plans, Ron. I was making plans. I said, you know what? I'm
How
gonna meet
young
you
were
at
you,
your
man?
place. I was still in my 20s. I was what was
Oh,
like
okay. You were
26,
young,
27.
man.
I was
Cause I
relatively
ain't
young.
take them seriously, man. Cause they
Listen,
would even come. Cause I would go to a couple of clubs. They come talk with me and stuff, and they give me a name. I'll say, "Look, what's your real name?" I don't feel like all of that. I just talk with them. It's all about business with me. Yeah, it's like I just talk with them, and then, hey, y'all have a good night. You do good out there. Though I did, that was back in the day. You know, we ain't make it rain. This one, she did this thing on the pole though. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I had to get up and just the acrobatic act.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She did something. I say, damn, I gotta give her some money. I had to stand up and walk over and give her some money on that one.
Listen,
It was just the athleticism on the pole. I was like, God damn. I'm just
GP.
giving it to you on that. I don't care. Okay, I don't care you naked. Yeah, you got a great body, but damn, what you just did on the pole.
Listen. So let me tell you something. I and listen, I share my W's and my L's. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this was definitely a learning experience for me. Um, this hit me so hard
Mm-hmm.
that I wrote a short story about it.
Oh man.
It involves illicit drugs. This was the first time that I consumed an illicit drug while at the club, while in the midst of this 20-year-old. I'm not even going to say where she is from. She was foreign to the United States. Let me put it that way. I will give all the details over on the Patreon. This will I will read the short story because I submitted it in an art contest. Okay, so there's a full feature. Okay, but just know your cousin fell in love with a stripper. It was amazing. It was dangerous. It was crazy. I was doing things that I definitely should not have been doing. Let me put it that way. So I say that to say that I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I understand and I can appreciate the art of seduction. I can appreciate the art of setting up a scene, setting up a fantasy, bringing someone in. You see?
Oh man. I'm gonna tell you what though. Let me just say this. Strippers, whether they male or female, they are true pros of the game.
Oh, these are
Seriously.
facts.
They
No
true
doubt.
pros. They the pros. Look, we have to acknowledge that you have been a male entertainer. You know
Absolutely.
these things. That's why dudes need to listen to you. Because you telling them stuff. You ain't even sharing everything online that you could share.
Oh, I
I
can't do
already
that.
know. I already know because I used to work out at like I worked out one of my jobs. I only had 1,000. You had 10,000.
Mhm.
One of my jobs was working at a gym, and we had all these male exotic dancers who used to work out there too. Yeah, they used to always pass in ones, and we used to always wash our hands afterwards. But that's another story. But
Indeed.
just watching how they did, and they had women there going crazy. They had one, there was one guy. He wasn't even a regular dancer. He could have been though. I had to walk over to him. This in the gym. I say, dude, can you find a way not to finger this woman right here
Mhm.
in front of everybody? Can you find a way?
Indeed.
And she just like hee. I'm like, okay, y'all in the gym. No, come on now, stop.
Listen, I say that to say that I can understand a man who gets carried away. In our culture we
Okay.
call that jumping out your body. You done
Oh,
jumped out
okay.
your body and you have acted a fool in a way that is not representative of your person. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we mean when we say you done jumped out your body. You see, in this scenario right here that we're showing you on the screen, she's in a complete defensive posture,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she is obviously protecting her most vulnerable spot at that
Mm-hmm.
moment, her neck.
Mm-hmm.
She's smiling, looking away from
Mm-hmm.
the man, you
Mm-hmm.
see. And of course, the bouncer is making his way over there eventually
Mm-hmm.
to save her from this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So the moral to this and the takeaway is in this instance, for the men who are watching, if you find yourself um, speaking to a woman, engaged in a conversation with a woman, and you think it's a situation where you want to progress that, and you see this happen, you see her put her hands up and then
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
move away. She hitting him with the Floyd Mayweather. Both hands are up, and she's slipping him. She's slipping, right?
Yeah.
Stand down.
Yeah,
Stand down.
just stand down, man. And plus, I'm gonna tell you what, you go to a club, bar, anything like that, don't mess with any of the workers because they get that. You get a lady bartender or something. She getting hit on several times a night. Most you do is get something from her and say thank you. If she do a great job making you a drink or something, give her a good tip. And then tell her have the rest of the evening. Now, if she think you look good or something, trust me, she'll find a way to let you know.
Oh yes. Oh, and absolutely.
Yeah, she might
Absolutely.
be like, "Hey, let me give you something extra. This on me." Right?
Right. Well, the some extra would be her number on a napkin, or she'll type her
Yes,
number into
yeah,
your
she'll
phone.
she'll do something. Like in those situations, you gotta let the game come to you. But when you get in a worker like that, don't be friendly because part of her job is to be friendly. So you don't just because she's smiling at you don't mean anything. She just wants you to buy another beer. All right.
She wants you to buy a round for the entire bar.
Yeah.
Which after the bouncer pulls you over for a private meeting in his office, you'll be more inclined to do so.
Yeah.
Out of sheer embarrassment. Rounds for everybody on me. Shout out to Joe Blast. He says, what I respect most about y'all is even as masters of this game, you don't pretend you never had hiccups along the way, meaning we got a chance to excel. No, these are facts.
And not that is facts, man. Because like I said, and I said this in an article I wrote for Substack that's coming out this week.
Mhm.
And I've said this before publicly. Anybody, they can tell me whatever their age is, and I've been with more women. All right. And I don't have a problem saying, I don't care what age you say, right?
Mhm.
I don't care what age you throw out there. If that's your age, I've been with more women. But at the same time, throughout your age, I've been rejected by more women. Ain't no
Wow.
problem. But that's how you learn. Rejection ain't nothing but a learning experience, in my view.
Yes.
You're going to learn. You're going to have some stuff. Trust me. Trust me. Now I ain't falling in love with a stripper, but yeah, I got a few stories. Only
You should
thing I
try
can
it.
say about my rejection is I ain't give up any money. That's the only thing I can say. But trust me, I've been rejected. I've
Mhm.
been rejected. So ain't no biggie. You just learn from it and you don't take it personally.
No, these are
Right.
facts. These are facts.
But I've never done anything like this. I see a lady at the bar is like, look, just give me a good drink. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Let me give you a tip. Hey, you have a good day or something. That's about it, man. I don't care how fine she was, what she looked like. I don't care if she's working there, whatever. You know,
Even if she has the damn principle.
even if she got the damn principal, she's still working there. That's part of her job to smile. Shoot, she trying to get more money out of you. In fact, if she's smart, if she one of those women got game, shoot, she might be friendly to him and still had that. Tell the bouncer, hey, look, you just stay over there in the corner in case he get too crazy. Let me milk him. Let me get all this money out. Let me get him so he buying everything for everybody in the bar. Let's milk him for every penny he got, and then when he try to take it further, oh, here come the big old bouncer, big
Yeah.
yeah, he don't even got a name. His name is
Mhm.
because you
I
you ain't
know.
gonna call him a name, just What's his name?
Mhm.
That's his name. You don't
Yeah.
even want to call his name. Big
No,
old
these are
Heimlich
facts.
grit eating dude.
Mhm.
Shit.
Yep. Shout out to Truth Sayer. We appreciate that. Salute you for the fence. That's for the high level, for this high level ism. Absolutely, no doubt. Now that we've had those experiences, let me see. Okay, got a couple other ones. Remember, everyone within the sound of our voices, make sure that you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Forward this conversation to someone who you know can benefit from this ism. We're going into the lesson book. We are digging into the lesson plans today for this conversation. Then bless the Cash App that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, as well as
Yes,
covering the
bless.
Patreons of the presenters, because now we have this. We have a case of a young lady who is sitting at the bar. Now, similar to the first picture that's on the tile for the video, this conversation itself, she is sitting at the bar with the glass raised to her mouth, staring into the distance. How is a man to read her body language, Rom, in your opinion?
She didn't get what she wanted. She's just kind of there. I mean, she's disappointed. That's what I would say. She's disappointed. Like she ain't get what she wanted. Maybe the type of guy that she's looking for didn't try to holler at her. You know, she at the club. She could also be there because she just went through a breakup or something. But she's kind of defensive too. She's kind of defensive. So a guy can't just walk up to her. In fact, the energy I'm getting from her is don't fuck with me tonight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so when we see someone like this in the wild, as they say,
Mm-hmm.
is this an intriguing scenario? Is this a
Um,
situation where somebody would be like, I wonder what is going on. I wonder what's on her mind. It's so
probably it would probably be they would probably be wondering. Um, I would say in general, leave her alone. Yeah, she fine and stuff, but just kind of keep your distance. Let her shoot her shot. Like if she see you in there, she give you that little smile or something like that. Okay, maybe holler at her, but don't be pushing up on her or something because you don't know. And like I always talk about, like if you get rejected, right? Don't take it personally. She might reject everybody coming to her because, like I said, the way she's sitting, and then how she kind of covered up. She kind of covering up her stomach. She kind of don't want to. She's there, but why is she there? What's going on in her personal life, right?
right.
Like Joe Blast said it best. She's got something heavy on her mind, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
So yeah, that's a good look. Like I said, if you see her, yeah, she fine and stuff, but don't be like, oh yeah, let me buy you a drink. Hey, what's up or something. She might not want to talk. Like I said, the only way you really like try to like holler at her is if she looking at you smiling, you know? And even then, don't go all hard like you try and get with her. Just try to see what's up. Just try to like just talk with her, get her nice and relaxed, right? Yeah, like you said, like I'm saying some good stuff. Yeah, she looked like she's ready to give up on men. Yeah, so she went through some stuff. Like don't go hard. Like I said, just kind of chill. And yeah, you think she fine or something, but don't be like, hey girl, what's up? And trying to smile. Don't be like that guy at the bar trying to talk to her and smile. Shoot. Shoot, you might find out what type of weaponry she got on her or something. Like
Mm.
you see her like that, you just be like, okay. Like I
Yeah.
said, unless she like looking at you,
Mm-hmm.
give you like a smile longer than just a quick smile. Like she just look at you and stuff, right? Let her make the move. Don't you make the move on her, cause she just look like, damn girl. Like that's one of those ones. One of those like bartenders might say, "Look, why don't you have a drink on the house or something?" The owner might come out and say, "Hey, you want something on the house? You all right?" You know, because the owner
Right.
ain't trying to get none from her.
Well, right. He's also trying to make sure that his bartender doesn't overserve her. There's a
Yeah.
liability to that. Now, there's a reason why I chose this picture
Okay, go ahead.
because my favorite former restaurant or dance spot for reggae, Mr. Brown's Lounge. I encountered a young Latino woman who looked just like this. same posture, same hair, same, glance off to the side. She was looking at the TV because they would have TVs that had the games playing.
Okay.
And so when I walked past, acknowledged the bartenders because I was a regular, so I knew people there, which is always good to learn the names of the door staff, learn the names of the wait staff, learn the names of the bartenders, so that you have immediate wingmen and wing women. You see, when they see that you're there regularly and you're a good tipper and you're a good person, meaning that you're a positive person. You don't cause fights. You make sure that everything is all good. Your tab is always going to clear, right? They look forward to having you there.
Okay, why you wait? Hold up, man. You giving them some serious game now, because that's a whole show right there. Like because when you like with a woman, like say you take a date, like say you took a woman to a date there. I know it's saying at the beach, but go with me on this one, right? You take the woman there, right? She impressed because everybody know you. She should,
Indeed.
because that whole environment is helping you to seduce her.
Yes. Yes. No, absolutely. Yeah. None unknown. The card that don't decline in your head. No, these are facts. And one of the things that I made sure, of course, I had my routine going. I would come from the gym, shower, put on my going out clothes, right? My going out outfits. Shirts that fit my frame, nothing baggy. Over on the Patreon, when I tell these stories about Mr. Brown, I actually have pictures of me actually in Mr. Brown, so you can have an idea of what the entire scene looked like, right? And she's in a corner of the bar. I noticed her at the corner. Okay, cool. Walk to the middle of the bar, have a seat, order my usual, right? It's still our Artois beer, right? One of my favorite. And proceeded to engage in the first couple of steps of seduction. I stood up and I took my jacket off. You see? Having just come from the gym, it was arm day, Rom. You already know the guns were out. And that's generally all it takes to turn a woman who is in this position, which I would classify her as being in a neutral position. She is in a neutral stance for those who are listening.
Well, you did exactly what I said do. You got to kind of let her like come to you, like the game come to you. But see, what you did was when taking off your jacket, you showing something, you showing those arms. And she probably, that's like a nonverbal cue. If
These are
she like
facts.
those arms, she looking at those arms, she might be like, oh wait, might put that arm down a little bit. She look over a little bit, or she glance over a couple times or something.
Yes.
She start opening up a bit,
Yes. The
she
cup
get
goes down.
comfortable. She might put the glass down, she might sit back, something. She's still waiting for you to approach her, but then
Yes.
she opens up a bit because she saw you. So she started shooting her shot. She started shooting her shot by just opening up. But really, you actually started the whole thing by showing your guns. But you didn't approach her and say, hey, baby, what's up? You showed the guns first and then saw what her reaction was.
This is correct. Nonverbal communication. It goes both ways. That's the point of this particular lesson. Nonverbal communication goes both ways. When we think about the first step of seduction from my book, it is a nonverbal step. It simply is to stand. You see, I'm going to drop this for 1 sec. You have the power in these scenarios as the man, because you are the one that's expected to make the first move. However, when you have an understanding and an appreciation for nonverbal communication, I always say, and I wrote in my book, to get with the stylist. Every clothing store, every tailor shop has someone that can take your measurements for
Mhm.
free. They will gladly take your measurements because now you're going to bring your clothing there to get tailored to fit your frame. And ask
Yes.
the tailor. If you don't know, if you have not worked with a personal trainer, you see how these work? These all work together. Get
Mhm.
with a personal trainer, no matter what your size is right now. If
Mhm.
you're struggling with your weight, if you haven't seen the inside of a gym in 3 years, guess what? They offer a 3-day free pass, complimentary pass to get you in the door. Sit with a sales associate. Rom knows about this. Sit
Yeah.
with a sales associate. Sit with a personal trainer. You see, have them give you a biometric assessment. You see, for those who are over on my Patreon, if you are at the highest level, which is the technician level of Patreon, I send you biometric charts. You see, for the purpose of you learning your physical presence. You see, shout out to
Yeah.
Tristan. He does this. Tristan
Yeah.
does this. And
Yeah,
what
your
a personal
presence is important.
it is very important. And what a personal trainer can do is evaluate your physique and recommend what your um, your target group should be that is highlightable or that you should highlight the most. Maybe it's your shoulders, maybe it's your pecs, maybe it's your arms, maybe it's your back, right? Maybe it is the silhouette that's created, that V taper, you see, working in tandem. But a personal trainer can assist you with that as a part of your initial evaluation. Then you take that information with you to the tailor. You
Mhm.
see, have them make your measurements and let them know, hey, I need a V taper cut
Mhm.
to this shirt I just got from the Men's Warehouse, or this shirt I just got from insert a store here. Remember, we were talking about the mall earlier today. What was that
Yeah.
comment about going to the mall? Have a purpose for going to the mall. We've given you
Yes.
3 steps. First step, get off the couch, get into a gym, get a complimentary assessment, fitness assessment by a personal trainer. They can tell you your most highlightable attributes, right? Take that
Yes.
information to a tailor so they
Mhm.
can give you your measurements. Take that information to the mall. Take that information to a shop, you see, so that you can acquire the garments that you can now take to the tailor that can be fitted to your silhouette and your physique. Now you have something to work with. Step 4, right? Now you're at the establishment, you're at the bar. Uh-oh. You're here. You've made it.
Mhm.
You've made it. You've been to the gym. You've got
Mhm.
a shirt and a jacket that complement and highlight your best parts, your most outstanding features. And now you've taken your jacket off in front of this young lady who's in a neutral position. She puts her glass down and looks over in your direction.
Mhm.
You notice her looking at you in your direction because now you looked back at her and you've captured and held that eye contact.
Mhm.
Holding that eye contact unbroken is the second bit of nonverbal communication. In that moment, you're going to start to make your way over to
Mhm.
her presence. You see? And the rest is history. Just
Yes.
follow through with the remaining 7 steps of seduction.
And see, cousin T-Tar, you basically broke it down. But remember what I said before you broke that part down. You can't just walk up to her. See, you actually started the seduction though by showing her the arms and showing her something, and then seeing what she was doing non-verbally. In fact, if you were to go to any club, any place where men and women are interacting, you can see it. You could just sit in a corner somewhere and you can see the interactions between men and women, even
Mhm.
across the room. There's a lot going on. Don't think it's just, oh, he's just talking to her. I mean, shoot, they can be on different sides of the room and you can see how they interacting, how they moving, how they looking at each other. You can't help it, you can't help with that.
These are facts. Shout out to Tristan Fitness. He says, by working on your body, it ties in with 1/3 of your masculine light, which is your presence. These are facts.
Yeah, yeah, body game, man. I'm telling you. Because when I talk about body game, that's your presence right there. Now, cousin T Tall just gave y'all something with body game. All he did was take off his coat with this young lady who was doing the same thing at a club. That's all he did. He didn't say anything. He didn't send a drink over her way. He didn't talk to her.
No.
All he did was take off his coat and see what her reaction was. Right?
Indeed.
And then she followed through.
Oh,
She followed
indeed.
through.
Yes, she
Oh
did.
yeah, I know she did. I know she did, but see that's the perfect game right there. That's the perfect game. See, that's the thing with body. See, body game is about presence, your presence. See, women always checking out a man for his presence. Like even if you have like those muscles and stuff, but you don't show that presence or you trying to be loud or something. It was like, man, she probably turned off. You don't have to say a word
Discretion.
because what's happening is her nervous system is actually responding to you. Her very nervous system. She's comfortable. She feels something, and that's what she responding to non-verbally. You haven't said one word to her. She's already responding. Then when you actually say something to her, that's a foregone conclusion.
Yes.
You just shoot. She's ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
She's ready. She's ready to go right then. You could probably do something because think about it. Most communication is nonverbal anyway. They
Yes.
were communicating.
Yes.
He's taking off the shirt. I mean, not the shirt, not
Jacket. Yeah.
the jacket, not the shirt yet, not just yet, not yet. He's just taking off the jacket. That's a communication to her. And then her response is, does she like it? But then she's putting down her glass. She's opening up a bit. So
Yes.
he's like, okay, let me look at her. Let me
And
hold that eye contact. If that eye contact is more than brief,
yes.
then, I would say give it a good 2 seconds, at least 2, 3 seconds. You got her. You
These are
got her.
facts. These are facts.
At this point, all you can do is blow it.
Which I did not. But
Yeah, I know you didn't. But
let's
go
be
ahead.
clear. When we talk to women about their some of their biggest gripes or letdowns about the average man, it's that the average man does not have enough confidence to hold eye contact. Can you believe that? Most women say that one of their biggest gripes about the average man is that the average man doesn't have enough confidence to hold eye contact.
Well, you know what it is out here, unfortunately. And look, I'm just going to have to say it. A lot of stuff out here telling a man what to do to get women is full of it. Some
Mhm.
guys thinking all they had to do is buy her a drink or just go talk to her, all of that stuff. But deep down, they scared. Like you got guys scared just to even have sex with some of these women. Yeah,
Terrifying.
seriously, that's how much it is. But I'm like, what? That woman ain't gonna bite you unless you wanted to. What you scared of her for? You know, my mother, may she rest in peace. I remember she told me that when I was young. She said, "Don't be scared of anything smaller than you." Now, unless you got that big old girl or something, that woman's smaller than you. Why you gonna be scared of her? You know?
Indeed. Shout out to Maxwell Colonia says the conversation in her head is this. Finally, a man that gets it. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. And then
Um,
you could even find out she might be open for something. Now you said she was neutral, but still though, her average thing is right there is something could be going on with her. But you not getting in her face. You ain't getting in her face like, hey girl, how you doing or something. You just took it off and let her do the looking and stuff. Let her decide, right?
Indeed, Indeed.
Yeah, and
And
that's it. And that's what I said anyway. I said you gotta kind of let her come to you in the position that she's in now.
right.
Because she's in a very, well, you call it neutral position, but it's still kind of defensive. But look, she still, if she just didn't want to be bothered, period,
She
she
wouldn't be
wouldn't
at the
be at that
bars.
club. Yeah, she wouldn't be there, period. So she
These are
kind of
facts.
wants something. So she still wants something, but she ain't gonna want it from everybody. And
Right.
a bunch of guys just coming up, taking times trying to talk to her, that probably get on her nerves. But that guy sitting over the corner eating his buffalo wings or something, she's like, oh, okay, let me talk to him. You
Right.
know?
Right. These are true. These are facts. Shout out to Pharaoh. He says, right, though, you need a primal like presence and eye contact. These are facts. Now, as we round the corner to wrap up this particular conversation, we have saved the most challenging scene for last. Okay. Everybody who can, everybody who can try to figure out how you would approach this next scenario. Before we get to that, shout out to uh, Uncle Mr. McNeil says, she is just a bee. I'm not sure what that means. But as a man, you are the truth. Mash on the bee. Okay. Salute you. How would you approach in this scenario? You got a
Ooh,
group of friends who are
ooh.
turning up. They are toasting. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The camera is focused on the woman that we're targeting, right? The woman who's in the middle of the shot. You see, she is showing all kinds of teefuses.
Oh,
All
that
right?
one. That because I don't know. Maybe it's me. I was looking at the other one, but go. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like
Go
in
ahead.
the middle of the screen, like
Yeah,
the middle of the
yeah.
shot. To the left of the man. Okay.
I
All
see who
right.
you. I see
All
who you're
right.
talking about.
Now, the most challenging approach for men, for most men, is a woman who is in a friend's group.
Mm.
Obviously, this is a social situation. They are out at a bar, right? Turning up. They look like they could be from out of town because
Mm-hmm.
they way too comfortable, right? Uh, Ram, as always, I'll let you go first. How would you or would you? Okay.
Well, you know what? One thing I've always said is if you go for if there's a group of women, you pretty much got to talk to all of them. But see,
Yes.
applying what you had said about the queen bee eats first. So you walk over, but make sure your shit is together, and you talk to all the ladies. You say hi to the group, right?
Yes.
But she's going to be the one's going to decide, okay, do I want him or I don't want him? If she don't want you, she'll probably try to pass you off to one of the other young ladies in the group, right? But see, you want that woman, right? So even while you talking to him, you making sure that you still going to give her that look, right? If you ain't going to act scared or anything like that, but she's still having fun. But remember, you still dealing with the group, and you always got to keep that in mind. Don't be like just staring just at her and talking with her and ignoring them. She
Uh-huh.
might get annoyed. See, you got to become a part of their constellation, so to speak.
These are facts. These are facts. And let's be clear. Like I said, this is the most challenging
It is challenging.
scenario for most guys.
It is challenging. I don't know. What would you do, cousin T? Because that's more you. Because me, like I said, and I actually did a video on it one time. I was like, shoot, you win one, you gotta win them all. But knowing your information when you talk about the queen bee, I would just say because I hadn't known you at the time when I did that video, and I'm still learning some things too. I would just be like, oh, okay, that's the queen bee. Okay, I know to look for that now if I see that group.
Yes, indeed. I enjoy approaching groups like this.
Okay.
Because of how many repetitions I have acquired in my
Okay.
day approaching groups. And I'll tell a quick story before we wrap this up. A quick story. I was out with my younger brother, right? We're at a nice spot downtown Chicago, West Loop, not West Loop, ish, West Loop ish, Chicago, and it's a popping spot, man. It's off the chain, music playing. They got sections in this space, and I look and there's a bridal. There's a wedding party. They've got their own section, and they're going at it. The men and women, they're all mixing and mingling. You can see them holding up glasses, cheersing and all of that stuff. And I nudged my little brother and I said, "Watch this." I walk right up to the middle of the group and I said, "Who's the lucky man?" And they all point at the groom. And I said, "Congratulations, man. What are you drinking tonight? I got your shot." Right? Got the groom the shot. That $12 shot. This will let you know how far in the past this was. This $12 shot got us not only access to their VIP area where they offered us all of the liquor that they had, but it also got us access to their party bus. You see? So that one gesture got us unlimited access to complimentary drinks and entertainment for that evening. Okay. That's one scenario. That is one scenario. In this particular scenario, and I'm thinking of several times that I have approached a woman in these scenarios. Keep in mind, okay, I'm me, all right? So I'm, I've already clocked who's who within the group. I've already looked and I've already identified, you see, the man who is next to her. I recognize that they're not together.
Oh yeah, I would pick that out. I would need more space than was on this picture, but I would just read the body language first if I'm like seeing a group someplace, right? I would see the body language. I would say, "Oh, okay, that's not her man. He's with the group." And I had a feeling he's probably just with the group,
because
he might be like their well,
it's the
I'll
guy
use the
friend.
term here. Yeah, the guy
The
friend, the gay best friend.
We'll say the guy friend. We're trying to keep this monetized. The guy friend.
The guy
Yeah,
friend,
absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. And because if that was her man, he would have been kissing her. He'd have been showing her affection to mate guard, as they say. He'd be blocking.
Yeah.
He would be blocking if that was her man. And the first person that you got to walk up to in this scenario is the guy, actually, because he's the default out-group enforcer. You see? The man, the one man in the group is the default out-group enforcer. He's the biggest blocker, C blocker, out of all of the women. You see? All the women, they want to get took through there tonight.
Take me through that.
They want to get took through there. But he is the blocker because ultimately he wants to get play, right? And so first thing I need to do is really just dap him up. Good job, bro. Good job at assembling the Avengers right here. All right. You got the Avengers, the Justice League of Fineness, man. How did you do this? How did you do this? All right. My name's T, man. What is your name? I need to understand and appreciate how you put this group of fineness together. Excuse me, ladies. You're going to have your turn in 2 seconds. Sir, how did you put the Justice League of Fineness together? All right. Okay. Take me, point out to me who all these women are and what their superpowers are. In that moment, I put the highlight on his social credibility. Ain't no way he got these women together.
Mm-hmm.
He's a coworker. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if I show him the deference first, he is then neutralized.
Mm.
Now I've given him an assignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me their names and give me their superpowers.
Mm.
You see? So now, right, now we've got an entire group activity that's happening.
Mm.
You see? And while we're playing this game, when we get to the one that I have targeted, which for the sake of this conversation is straight up and down in the middle, right? To the left of the gentleman. That is the moment where I say, uh-oh. Excuse me, very, very nice meeting all of you, but I got to test her superpowers. I got to test your gangster. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds, and then it's time for us to depart.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I give you the game for that one because usually the most I get is like 2 women, so it's like pick one or the other.
No,
Like a
absolutely.
situation like that, I can think of having the 2 women, but never a group like that. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
never a group like that. That's not me. That's you. I give you that one. That
For sure.
ain't
That's why I
me.
said this is the most challenging. That's why I saved it for last. This is just fun. This is just having fun.
Yeah,
And again,
that is challenging, but even then, you still gotta because all you need is one of them be like, just one. Just one to say you and if they say that, it's like, oh gracious.
maybe you need and it depends. Shout out to Pharaoh. He's got it right. Does your courage come from being an entertainer? My experience comes from that. And the more experience you get in these situations, the more, I would say, confidence over courage. Because you know who you are, you know what your value add is, you know what you bring to the situation. You've gone in, you've complimented the male in the group, okay? You've given him an assignment. He gets to name all these fine ones and tell them essentially through me about their superpowers. What are their superpowers? And if he gets caught up, I can help him with the superpower. Let me guess. She got a face card that doesn't decline. Her leg goes so far that she doesn't have to have a letter to change the light bulb. Her the blonde, all she has to do is bat her eyelash, and taxis will stop from a mile away, right? And this one in the middle. Uh-oh.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused.
Her superpower. Well, her superpower is a secret. You see, we have to keep her superpower under wraps. For more details, I'm gonna have to take her to the side so I can discuss what her superpower is.
See, that's some game right there. That's some game. That's some game. Shoot, I've been with plenty of ladies, but man, I ain't never had to worry about. Like I said, at most I had to deal with maybe a woman and her friend. So it's like ain't the same thing as dealing with a group of
Those who
4
are
women and
listening,
a guy.
say it again.
Never had to deal with 4 women and a guy. And a guy. That's a group
Yeah,
right there. How much of that did you learn from just being an entertainer? Girls' night, party bus or something like that. You learn how to make it work.
yeah. Well, yes, and that comes from 10,000 jobs, man. That comes from like, being in concert security management, man, bringing friends and families to the backstage, the green room. You've got a celebrity who needs their kids brought over to a certain space, or you're going to the VIP seating area, the skybox. You're talking to owners, you're talking to politicians, you're talking to celebrities, you're talking to anybody, right? And most people have no clue what the night will bring. Most people don't have the level of imagination to do what I just did. Come up with a scenario that gets the group involved in a project, and a fun project, lighthearted. It's fun. They know why I'm there. They know why I've approached. You see, now I've, like I said, given them all an assignment. And when it gets to my primary target, that level of credibility that I've built, the rapport that I've built up to that point, is what's going to take me to the space of being able to remove her. They're actually going to be encouraging her to slip away with me to a private space so we can get to know each other better, because I've already demonstrated a level of social competence that they want her to be involved with, you see? And that is the point. That is what happens when you practice reading a woman's behavior. Rob, any last words before we get out of here?
Practice, practice, practice. You said the word. Just practice, y'all. And like whenever you've dealt with any women, and hopefully you've gone out with some women, think about her body language. Think about the things she did when you got with her. That's how you learn every single time. And then the women who rejected you, what kind of body language was they showing? Learn every single time. Learn from when you were rejected. Learn from when you were getting together. And you got to go out. It's good. Sometimes I've talked about reading women or reading body language, and people will say, which books? I was like, I ain't really pick up books. I learned it just like this, just going on out. So,
Indeed. Shout out to the OG player himself.
I be a player for life, so where's my wife?
The player OG himself, Ron Wills. And we appreciate everybody who has participated in tonight's conversation, especially those who dropped the super chats and the cash apps. Again, make sure that everybody who is within a sound of our voices, either right now live or during the restream, you like, share, subscribe, and forward this conversation to someone who you know can benefit from this ism. And so on behalf of the player OG himself, Mr. Ron Wills, I am your baby mama's favorite cousin.
He is I and I am him.
I am him. And as always, this is your man, Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying, stay sharp and mission focused. Later.
peace, y'all.